तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी। आज है जी 30th ऑफ नवंबर और अभी हम लोग जो है मैम कादिरोवा को न्यूरोलॉजी की PDF दे के आए हैं, ठीक है जी। और इंशाल्लाह आउट ऑफ 9 ग्रुप्स मैम 3 को शॉर्ट लिस्ट करेंगे और वो जो है वो कल एड्स डे है, वर्ल्ड एड्स डे। और मैम जो है हम 3 लोगों को सिलेक्ट करेंगे, 3 ग्रुप्स को, जो कि ईस्ट कैंपस जाके डीन के सामने देंगे। सो वी आर रियली मच कॉन्फिडेंट दैट वी विल बी सेलेक्टेड इन दोज 3 ग्रुप्स। सो सी यू सून। मौसम चेक करें आप, धुंध ही धुंध है जी।
Symptoms of opportunistic infections were then also seen in hemophiliacs, in people who use IV for drug abuse.
Transmission of HIV from person to person. And second one is the occupational exposures. As we know, there's some doctors, nurses who are working in a medical. They are increasing chance of infection because they are
AIDS Day since 1988 to raise awareness against the AIDS, to solve the public health issue of the AIDS. It's also day to remember
The goal of therapy is complete viral expression and suppression.
Case number 1. A barber is running his shop. An infected person comes in. The barber does his shave with his regular blade. He makes a cut and the person bleeds. Now, a new customer comes in. The barber uses the same blade. And due to his clumsiness, he again cuts the customer and he got infected. The virus attacks. Years, the patient starts to present some symptoms. The man shows the signs of monoplegia and dementia, while the woman is suffering from flu-like symptoms. The drug abuser shows seizures. The man and the woman consulted the doctor. The doctor ruled out neuro-AIDS for the man due to his clear signs of motor dysfunction, while the woman suffers from HIV/AIDS. The doctor prescribed them antiretrovirus treatment, but the drug abuser never consulted the doctor and he died.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, respected ma'am, to be here. Thank you, Dean, and thank you for all the colleagues for getting time here. Today, topic will be on World AIDS Day, and before moving to the presentation, the specific day for the specific presentation is very important for all of us because we know that, for example, recently a war is going on. And if someone is doing protest in spite of that, it's actually not helping them. For example, they are not moving to that part of the world. They are not stopping the Ukraine or Russia war or any kind of war, but they are supporting it. So same specific day is very important to highlight that specific kind of information. So you know important things about that. So before moving to that, thank you so much again for your time. So introduction will be very common one. You all know this thing, but the main presentation will be on the image that is showing. This is the how common virus is entering to the our cell and how it's gonna you can say take control of it and move to the next one. And this is how it will be spreading. How it actually impact our human life? We're gonna see commonly the CD4 receptor is gonna decrease, and it will be causing a lot of damage. So if once you have weak immune system, you become immunodeficient, and after you become immunodeficient, you cannot resist any kind of disease. So, for example, if a patient is come to you, they're having a lot of myths that is actually involved. So these myths are going to introduced by the Talha.
So talking about the myths, we have first of all we should know that what is myth. Myth is basically a hypothesis that can be true in some cases and it is mostly false. So myth is basically the misconception. So talking about the myth, the first myth is like HIV is a death sentence or not. So basically this myth is false. Talking about the second myth, can you tell if a person has HIV if you are seeing the person physically? So no, you cannot tell that a person has HIV or not. The third myth is HIV always lead to AIDS. This myth is also false due to advancement in the treatment. This HIV in all cases proper children. This myth is also false. They can have proper children. And the last myth is those who have tested negative for the HIV can have unprotected sex. This myth is also false.
So, by considering these myths, you have to understand when a patient comes to you, he has these specific questions like, can I survive? Is there a proper treatment? So, your words are very important while concerning the patient. Once you are, like for example, once an HIV patient comes, if he is hypochondriac, he is very nervous that whether I will survive or not. That's why most of the patient does not come to you and does not openly tell the scenario. So once you tell that, okay, we have treatment for you, they are building and you have to build confidence in the patient. Next, moving to the structure. The structure is you can see in the you can see there the internal structure, and we have also the internal structure. So in the internal structure, the things are prominent. We have reverse transcriptase, we have the capsid and the protein that is actually attached. Moving next, we have the chart. HIV replication cycle is very important. So there are, I'm gonna not deeply tell you because all of you know this. So first of all, with the binding, how is gonna bind? Then we have fusion. Then it will do transcriptase, and then it actually replicate in the center, and then it's assembly and binding it. Next, moving next, we have transmission. Transmission is very important, and this is where the myth started. The transmission is most important because most of the people does not know that which things causing it and which things resisting it. Most of the people think that maybe I'm doing kissing and maybe it is spreading. Maybe very close of that patient. This is basically the scenario we have to understand. If maybe our colleague can get it because it as the group present to you, we can get it from the barber shops also. So you cannot insist that the patient is only do sex. That's why he have it. So the last thing.
So this is the last thing. Like, what is the purpose of the World AIDS Day? So the first point that I'm going to explain is the purpose of the World AIDS Day is to spread the awareness among the people, and the second purpose, the main purpose is to show support to the person that have HIV or AIDS, not to repel them. The third is to educate people about this HIV and AIDS. The fourth one is the advocate for the action towards these people that don't know about the viruses and HIV and other viruses. The last is engage the community among this campaign, so they will be acknowledged about this campaign. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for your time. Have a good day.
My mission is plain and simple. I have to convey to you that HIV is not a crime. And to do that, we are going to shed light on the truth, dispel any myths, foster empathy among ourselves, and diminish stigma on HIV. We have to unravel the misconceptions surrounding HIV, try to understand their origins and impact.
Today we are here to introduce about a very huge topic, which is AIDS, which I will demonstrate to all of you. So firstly, we have made the structure of the HIV virus containing the viral envelope, and then we have the reverse transcriptase enzyme over there. We also have other enzymes like integrase, but due to the shortage of time, we just mentioned over here. And then there are the two single-stranded RNA molecules entering the room, and he will ask for some money from his father. But his father realizes that he is an HIV patient, so he denies. Now the patient is disappointed. Nextly, we have the second case in which the government discriminates the HIV positive patient. So here's the employee who gives the CV to the patient, to the boss, but then the servant came and told him that he is also an HIV positive patient. So he rejected his CV and do not even give him a job. And thirdly, we have our own student-teacher environment. So here is a student who is HIV positive, but his teacher also discriminates him for being an HIV positive patient and didn't allow him to enter the class. So after all, under this insane pressure, about 90% of the people attempt suicide. And so like that, this HIV patient also attempts suicide.
Moving towards the main part of my presentation, which is neuro-AIDS. So, neuro-AIDS leads to these disorders. First of all, neuropathic pain, which is present in all the disorders. So, what mood disorders involve in neuro-AIDS? Like emotional stress. For example, bipolar disorder, in which a person forgets its own personality and replaces it with someone else.
Let's go for it. The first question. When was HIV first discovered? What? Okay. Okay, the answer?
1980.
First answer was correct, 1980s. Thank you. So I think, Omer, you have to register. Who is credited with discovering HIV? There are options. So number C, please, correct answer. It's correct. So your team is, okay, you know, right? Okay.
Semester 8, Group 13, Level C. Yeah. So wonderful performance. Yeah, certificate of the first place. Yes, third place. Yes, third place. Group 10, 8th semester.
हाय ये पढ़ा किसी ने ऐश्वर्या को पढ़ा ऐश्वर्या को
Do the full best presentation to this talk. So much for best presentation.
जीत गए ना
The second
भाइयों
place.
इसको ना इस टोपी को ना पहनना है ना इस शर्ट को पहनना है इस टोपी और इस शर्ट को शुजात फ्रेम करवा के रखना है यूनिवर्सिटी ने हम पे 500 रुपए हैं टोपी हाँ ठीक है हाँ जी बन रहा है उल्टा नहीं कुछ बोलना भाई Alhamdulillah ji, after getting third position we are here at mosque to perform जुम्मा उम्रा जुम्मे की नमाज़ पढ़ के अभी जाएंगे जी हम घर इसके बाद इंशाल्लाह पढ़ के जी हम आए हैं क्लास में सॉरी यूनिवर्सिटी में और यूनिवर्सिटी में क्योंकि जी 1 दिसंबर आ गया तो क्रिसमस आने वाली है तो जी क्रिसमस ट्री लग गया है और जी बाकी सेलिब्रेशंस भी होने वाली है हेयर वो यार मैं जी वीडियो शुरू करते साथ ही जी बेचारे के पैर पे चढ़ गया वो भी बेचारा सॉरी बोल रहा हूँ मैं भी सॉरी बोल रहा हूँ तो खैर जी आज की जो हमने थर्ड पोजीशन ली है ठीक है जी उसमें जी बड़ा मेरा दिल खुश हुआ है और इसी खुशी में अली जी है वो हमें पार्टी करा अली ले आया जी बाहर हमें पार्टी करा अली ले आया जी बाहर खाना खिलाने ठीक है जी सो बड़ा जी इंजॉय किया बहुत इंजॉय किया जी बहुत ज़्यादा इंजॉय किया इसको नहीं पार्टी को नहीं अभी तो खाना शाना खाना है लेकिन जो मतलब एक न्यूरोलॉजी का कॉन्सर्ट था ना जी बड़ा मैं तो बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हुआ कि हमारा ग्रुप 10 को मैंने पहली बार 4 सालों में पहली बार मैं उस लेक्चर हॉल में गया अली भी पहली बार गया एंड वी बोथ मेड इट और बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आया तो जी करते हैं ब्लॉग को यहीं पर एंड उम्मीद है आप लोगों को पसंद आया होगा सो मिलते हैं आप लोगों से नेक्स्ट वीडियो में तब तक अपना और अपने इर्द गिर्द के लोगों का खूब ख्याल रखें अल्लाह हाफ़िज़